Started the 26th of the 4th 2024 with a sunny day. They did say it's going to cloud over and rain later, but loads of loud bike issues. Not too many threats, but it was threats and burning at midnight, and that's the start of today. So it's been quite good. But let's see what comes next. I'm going to have him said. Choked by catalytic converter, staying to very busy road, 80% to every car and about 70% in suggestion. Langdon's red sexual but also gun looking, and a photo taken on me, and sick blue. Now I've fallen into 666 traps, so I've been coughed at 3 times, sneezed at 7 times, and there's 7 cell calls at the bus stop. Right, a woman says aged about 20, says in stern accent, you're nearly in your mid-40s, everyone's ugly now, and that you basically you've got to accept that, and that you're sick if you don't. Simply serve. Right, there's been 4 loud bikes tied to erection and Michael attraction van. 3 cell calls on this. Right, plan B if today's through. Because it's blue skies and sunshine, I've got to wait for the cloud to come over to retake the picture that didn't come out yesterday. Being injected with HIV, mate. She isn't above 35, you sad fucker. If someone looks sexual, you don't look, mate. You don't fucking understand me. That's what's just been said. And then obviously he said that you were supposed to look at people like that person there. Well, it's an unfortunate looking person because it looks like basically my father, really. So, except this was a woman, and she is about 50, 60. The government has put it through. I've recorded the evidence on my other camera. I've gone to 3 places where I wanted to take pictures without the sun, and the sun's out. And this minute in time, it's actually supposed to be raining. They're lying again on the forecast. We had this problem yesterday. There was torrential rain followed by and sexual sick car in the distance. Sexual weather. Yeah, my fucking plan's out. I can't even get the fucking base of one of the sides. The sun's out. Literally out, blue skies and sunshine. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to try and retrieve with drill tool on the of a deleted photo because there's no way I can get it. The government keep on causing the sun to come out. They've basically messed up. There's also people coming past where I want to take a picture, I might add. The government have just spasticated the weather. Literally, there's got to be a sexual weather day. They've messed it up. There's absolutely nothing I can do. There's all sunshine, blue skies, and they screwed up. It looks like the government have defeated me. There's no fuck what I can do about it. The evil bastards of causing that sun to come out. There's 20 mile plus of open blue skies. There's cloud, but there's not enough to cut. It's light cloud. It's fair weather. It's bright weather. There's nothing I can do about it. They lied on the forecast. They've completely lied. It's been sunny since 8 o'clock this morning when I woke up. And obviously I went back to bed because I thought it was sunny and I couldn't be bothered to get out of bed because I knew. But it did say on the forecast that it's going to be cloudy in the next hour. Grey cloud with drizzle on the following hour, and the rest of the day completely cloudy. They're lying like they're through their fucking back ass on the weather forecast, and also they're lying on Met Office weather forecast, and they're lying on Bing weather forecast, and another weather forecast that I checked has said exactly the same, and it's just turned into sex weather. I've just phoned up 2 people to find out what the weather's supposed to be where I am. Believe it or not, there's supposed to be no sunshine at all, and they looked on several forecasts, so they are lying on the forecast once again. But it's not just the BBC that's lying, it's the Met Office. Right, I've seen a sexy ass t-shirt. There's no good setting up sexual setups, because at my age you don't have sexy women. You have to go with a granny, or a face that looks like a toff face, or a laughing person that laughs backwards in a stupid, pathetic way that looks stupid while coughing up tomato ketchup with all rotted teeth and ugly looking mouth and all that sort of stuff. And I'm known as a sick cunt if I don't go with anyone that looks like she's got warts attraction or whatever. So, pointless, isn't it? Well, I nearly go flat facing into the road because I'm being choked by a catalytic converter. And then obviously there's more catalytic converters now. Before that I was being choked by a catalytic converter, which forced me to leave where I was going because it was very, very high. Right, before I go any further, a seagull says bloody pervert Justin, and bloody pervert Justin going, and just repeating that, but as soon as I push record it comes to a sudden stop. So I'm on a area that looks pretty calm, in Montacute-ish area, Stokes-upon-Hampden, and I'm in an area where everyone smashes a knife in everybody, having fights. But obviously I'm taking a shortcut to where I want to go, and obviously it's still sunny. I just mentioned something. Last night is the most I've drank in a long time as far as beer is concerned. I've basically just over 4 cans. So that's not good, is it? So obviously from tonight it's going to be half that, or just over half. Anyway, evil sun with sunglasses on a van, with love hearts on the same van. Very hot weather, it's very hot considering it's only April. There's a DX van with one light out just after, black mixed with red car timed, and there's been other cars obviously in the midst, but I haven't taken much notice to know what they are. But it's not good, the setups are still quite bad. NX24YPV Ryan van poses a knife and gives a real nasty vicious look. 2 roughneck people in that van. My Willie's being shooting up Christ with sexual impulses, getting a throw over a bike, little bastard, with flashing light, and then this person has to cough hard in my face and does that stupid Savenne laugh, thinking I'm that fucking person. Right now the bastards need to collide cars after already fucking diverting me 2 times. Because the construction force is all corrupt and fucking twisted and hell-bent and buckled. Yes, Christ, sex! You screwed up fucking mental fucking deranged fucking evil bastard. Yes, my Willie shoots right up Christ, bike. Time from behind, to fucking hit into me, Christ. Crossing the road to avoid catalytic converter. Oh, grey sexual, fuck you, black and blue. You fucking evil bastard, fucking drain smashed over. You nasty cunt. Right, the menacing bastards are just packing this fucking road with traffic. There's been a further 150 cars roughly in just a couple of fucking minutes. A seagull says electric. I've got to get across this fucking road. Right, I go to eat. Core catalytic converted. Deliberately timed as I eat. On an area where it's fucking dead quiet. Right, they need to be pathetic about it. No, they need to be fucking pathetic. Right, so they need to time that van that they timed yesterday. The one with the bike. There's that a woman's got a sexual lady, like a teenager, 20 years age type drawing, where this sexual lady is posing with her tongue, to say, ooh, sexy, while trying to force down a bike down her throat, painting or drawing or whatever you want to call it on the side of a van. Whether it's a football team or whether it's aimed at me, I do not know. But they basically said, lying dead meat, weirdo, or shoot dead or something like that. I can't fucking make out what it was, but it sounded like that. Tron said by people playing football. Playing with their little balls. Their balls are dropped. They're playing ball. Aqua Aid van. My leg van. And choked by catalyst. Penis shoots up, so bike timed and then motorbike timed. Then an outbreak of about 50 cars in a few seconds trying to cross the next bit of the road. On a road that usually has no more than about 5 cars in that time period. On the busiest of days, usually. Just as I was about to make a phone call, obviously instead of putting the phone down, I kept on the phone, but I didn't actually remember properly what was being said, but it sounded like someone was saying, sick cunt, he's being fucking beaten to death. And then there's another threat after I put the phone down, and that's someone saying, that's him, he's being smashed in. However, although I've had bad threats, I've managed to pass 4 people like just now, who are nice and friendly, calm people. So it's not just, so it's a mixture of the both today. The last 15 minutes has been a bit of, well, I've had a bit of luck. It's been a bit more cloudy. Alright. Right, so I just passed that chap couple of minutes ago, just over that, who said alright to me. I didn't actually see him coming, but he's a really nice sort of chap. I think I've spoken to him before and said alright. But the chap that followed, which was about a minute and a half later, he was on a phone with like, I'm not sure what the type of dog it is, but it's the one with hair across its, mouth and all that, where it sort of drops down. Golden sort of colour maybe. Where he had the appearance of someone I used to know at North Peverton, going back 20 years ago, whatever. Just over 20 years ago, called Daniel Staunton. This isn't Daniel Staunton because this person's slightly younger, and this person has a more of a strange look in the face, which is what I'm about to say now. He's only on his phone, or whatever he's speaking on, saying that he's had sex with children in my direction, messing up. He knows I heard what he said on the phone. And so I went to photograph him from behind, and he thought I didn't hear him, you see. And he said I'm fucking sicko. He said, you'll fucking take a picture of me because I'll fucking knock your fucking fly. I'll fucking send you on that fucking floor now, you fucking piece of shit. So he said that. So, and he didn't realise I caught him what he said. He didn't realise I heard what he said on the phone. So he's fucked up, hasn't he? Anyway, I just thought I'd mention it. That chap I just mentioned about 5 minutes ago, he's only come back around to my direction with just a vest on, showing his muscles off, walking past at me. He didn't say nothing, he just walked past and boasted as if you come in my way, I'll fucking knock you out. The same person, by the way. The same person as the phone. He didn't think I heard what he said on the phone. When Vodafone, O2, my three or whatever company he's with, that's going to be monitored. Do you know that? They're going to know what he said on that phone. So they're going to know that he's a strange person. But, he didn't think I heard. And he just sort of walked past, ready to start on me for no reason. For a second time. It might be worth mentioning, although it's there's been 15 minutes of cloud, quite literally, the sun's come out with the rain, so it's sun and rain at the moment. However, there is no rainbow, it's just a mixture of sun and rain. So blue skies covering where I am, but raining where I am at the same time. That seems to be happening a lot lately. So I've added that for the last 3-4 weeks. Because this is fairly new. It has happened. It happened in 22 and 23, where they caused the sun to come out, where the torrential rain is happening at the same time, where they got the sky state in a certain way to cause that to occur. But they didn't been doing that a lot lately. They've done it over probably about 25-30 times in the last month, where they caused it in that pattern, possibly more. I'm not sure. Where they caused it to rain and be sunny at the same time. This is quite new what they're doing, because this is only it's happened, but not that frequent. Only about 5 times in 2022, and maybe about 10 times in 2023. But actually, to do it like roughly 30 times, 25 to 30 times or whatever in a matter of a month, is starting to become more sort of looking like it's planned or caused to happen. I don't know what it is with this type of specific person, but hang on, let me just get past here. I was going to mention that issue. I had to let some people pass, and it's not appropriate information to be broadcasting in a public place with polite people that are walking past. So I've had to wait until those people are passed, and a couple of more people before I mention the story I was going to mention. There's been a bit of trouble, that's what's happened, and there's also another couple of people, so just give me a second. Right, basically this look-alike to a neighbour at my place, obviously. I don't know this neighbour, I can't give the neighbour's name because I don't want to cause trouble, and I wouldn't be, and stuff like that, so, so I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to leave it at that because it could mean anybody in the world if I say it like this. So I'm just saying, there's a neighbour that doesn't like me, and obviously in the past I've said alright when I passed, but I didn't realise until later on that just saying alright can cause offence, and that could be the reason why people have got unhappy or got nasty, say the following night or whatever, because of it. So when I see this person I tend to say nothing at all and just walk past to avoid causing trouble. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that specific person, but I'm only mentioning that specific person because the person who started on me is a splitting image to that specific neighbour. It's not that neighbour, obviously, because I'm in a different place to where that neighbour is. But this person is exactly the same looking, just that this person wears a baseball cap, has a bit of a beard, and wears gangsterese tight clothing, and is a bit older than the neighbour at my place. But it doesn't mean to say that I don't know what it is, but this type of person doesn't like me. So because this person doesn't know me, I've walked past. So this person has just walked past me at Stoke Subhandon, going towards Montacute or whatever the place name is, and he's basically thought I was Sven. So he walked past. He was fucking start. Do you want to fucking fight? He said, I'll fucking knock you in. I'll fucking give it some. So he started like that. I was sort of a bit nervous at the time because obviously I was thinking what's going on, and I had to be prepared. And then he said, "You're a fucking child rapist." And I said, I'll fucking knife you to the fucking floor. I'll take your fucking life away. He said, "You're Sven," and sort of fucking starting trouble like that. So I thought, I just sort of walked on, ignored it. And then he said, "Come on, are you fucking scared of me or what?" He said, "I'm gonna fucking put you through. You're a fucking rapist, you're a Sven, you're a sick cunt," and just started a row like that. So I went to turn the camera on to audio record the evidence, and the fucking battery goes flat. So what happens then, he walks on. After I walk on, there's also a couple of people down on the other side, but whether they I don't know whether that was what caused him to just walk on or what. But after he walked on, I went to go and put the battery in the camera, so I didn't really go to fucking gate too far out the issue, and but I carried on walking away from him, obviously, but not at a race speed because I could see where he was. Once he reached the top area, which I'd say is about a 2-minute walk from where I was, because it would have been like about a field away, just a sort of biggish field. Well, it depends what you classify as a biggish field. About 2 minutes away from me, but if you were to run it, you could do it in about maybe 45 seconds maybe. And then he started losing his temper, saying, "I'm going to fucking kill you, I'm going to fucking inject you with a HIV needle, I'm going to smash you and you're a sick cunt, I'm not afraid of you." And then after that he started kicking whatever it was that was on the road. So whether he's kicking someone's car, I do not know, but something, I did hear a lot of objects being kicked about or smashed or whatever. So yeah, this person got really nasty about it, just because he walked into me for no reason at all. But what was interesting is, why is that sort of person don't like me? When people look like the specific person that I mentioned, there always seems to be trouble. But these people don't know me, that's the thing. So anyway, I'm not going to mention names or anything like that, because I don't want to cause trouble. But why is it that specific looking type of person has a problem with me? It's always been the same, you know, ever since whenever. I don't know, I haven't seen many people that look like that. There's a few people back in the 1990s that didn't like me that look like that. They're sort of happy hardcore ravers, but you know, this bloke just passed me, just a regular nasty threat, and I'm not too happy about it. At the time I was about to shout, make a bit of a performance on the recording about it, but then there was old people passing. I thought, I don't want to lose my reputation to a bloody idiot that's losing his temper, mistaking me as a child rapist. So I just left it and calmed down, and that's it. And then obviously I managed to do this after a few more people passed, and that's where we're at now on this recording. Right, Crow says, "Pervert, just everything lost." You know, God's fallen, there's nothing I can do about that. I get a bit pissed off at days, you know, but you just have to accept that Christ has fallen, and that we've gone through the depths of creation and where God needs to be far-fetched. There's nothing you can do about it. But it just proves that I was told once that God only needs to fall against one person to make the biggest mistake ever in living history. Well, if you work out on that principle, and God's fallen against me, that means he can't be trusted for anybody else. But, you know, a lot of people just see religion as being a load of crap anyway. But if you were to take it seriously and religion really was real, and Jesus Christ turned against me for no reason, then he's made the biggest mistake in living history. And that's what I've been told. Not so much in recent times, but I have been told that. In fact, I was told by, going back in the days when my enemies started leaving me alone after they were making up this stuff with Stephanie Jill or Hill or whatever her surname is. But also, we had another phase of where we had this Sadie Dando business. Again, that pretty much died out after a few years of that coming in, when people found out that they're making stuff up about me because they just don't like me or don't like my side of the family or whatever. And that's without even me saying anything. These people are pretty intelligent, these people that were sort of siding and calming things down, and that threat sort of died out. And it only happened, several times when I was living at Burnham-on-Sea, hardly at all. But as soon as I moved to Yeovil, that specific name has come back, especially in recent times. It's just got as bad as what it was before it calmed down in Bridgewater many years ago. So, yeah, not good. Right, I just want to give you a bit of history about the M-Disc, which is basically a CD where you save data on it, just a Blu-ray disc, because you have CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays and M-Discs. Well, when it comes to the M-Disc, that's been discontinued nearly a decade, and there's a reason why they stopped them as well. So I can't remember the exact year, because I haven't got the details with me and I can't remember off my head, but it's either 2014, 2015 or 2016 when they stopped making them. I think it was before 2016, but I know the time when the one of the sites went down. Right, so onyourmdiscforever.com is basically a website that was selling these discs. Obviously you could get them at other places as well, but obviously they've gone up in price because they've been discontinued now, but they were relaunched as well, but I'll come to that later on. So onyourmdisc.com were selling these discs, and obviously when they were discontinued, On Your M-Disc Forever was still selling them for a specific time period. Now believe it or not, the time they stopped, that site went down, was when I saw Sadie Dando's friend Amanda Millis in B&M store as I was buying a pack of matches, or it might have been turned over to Morrison's at that time at Burnham-on-Sea. So believe it or not, that exact day I saw Amanda Millis when I went to buy some matches, because I wanted to buy some packs of matches for some reason, and it's exactly the same day onyourmdiscforever.com website went down. But the problem is, at that time she had a boyfriend, so even if that person was single, and she doesn't like me anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. And I think she looked like she was pregnant as well, I'm not sure, but I don't, you know, that's something that's nothing in my department, is not for me to go on about. Anyway, they discontinued those discs, and they're still selling them at half the price. Some websites were saying they were faulty and that's why they stopped making them, and then people were selling discs at a reduced rate, but I didn't bother buying them because I already had discs at the time. Obviously they've gone up in price since that time. During the lockdown, in the time period I was walking into Gemma Ferguson, I didn't realise that Verbatim relaunched the M-Disc, but or whatever else. Well, so that became a very expensive disc, and they added some features like extra protection on the disc, or doing different things to it, but keeping the original disc layer how it's originally made when Millenniata initially made the original M-Discs. So they relaunched them, and I noticed something else. This is when I moved into Yeovil. As soon as the neighbour called Grace moved into the place I lived, she was there for a short period of time. It was about March time, I think it was, of 2022, because obviously it was very rough in that time period when I was there. When we came to roughly September time, Verbatim were had, and they banned the M-Disc again, and this time it's been banned and you can't get it anywhere, so they banned them completely. But so they banned it around about September-ish of the year 2022, but that's also the time period I was camping at Portland near Weymouth in that year. And then obviously that was that. So that's the history of the M disc. They're no longer made, the price has gone up on them, but initially when they launched them, the price went down incredibly cheap, which I didn't find out until later on, so they're trying to give them away. But whether there's anything wrong with them, I do not know, but they're claiming on certain sites that the reason that they've been sold at a reduced price is because they may contain faults or errors which they didn't take into account when they manufactured their disc. It's probably a load of nonsense, but at the same time, discs are going down anyway in price, all discs, whether it's Blu-ray, M-disc, CDs or DVDs, for the simple reason is that they're doing away with the disc format, because discs can only hold so much space and people have so much data these days. But I will give it a plus though, when it comes to electronics. The modern hard drives last a lot longer and can sustain the data in a much more quality form without deteriorating, losing treble, losing bass, or progressive sound that's been made in a music track. You used to, on the older hard drives, there used to be like a weakness where the sound is less quality or whatever, but on the newer hard drives they make them a lot different these days, and they're a lot more stronger, and they can contain that boundary which you'd think. So online storage and hard drives are really actually a good way of keeping your music and data safe. Obviously, if we say this 10-15 years ago, I'd have a different opinion, but in modern times, yeah, I would agree that it is a safe way to keep your music safe. Where hard drives sort of degrade after 5 years, you think to yourself, oh, the music's going to go on the... It still does. If it's a USB stick or a microchip or something like that, it still does lose its quality. But if you put it on a modern hard drive or on online storage, you can guarantee it's going to be about 150 years before it starts to degrade. So definitely see you in this lifetime, possibly in your next lifetime if you come back again. So, you know, that's one thing that's good. Crow voice sounds, let's see what it says. No, it's turning back to normal sounds. Oh well. Right, I've just come back from I did a little walk on the estate where I bidded on Home Finder a couple of months ago. So these are new build places, and obviously it's like a hair of a fucking western down there. Firstly, I had 4 people shout at me thinking I was Savannah, saying I'm going to smash you and I'll knock your fucking brains in, knock your fucking teeth out, you're a fucking child rapist, you're being shot dead. Between those people is a mixture of basically the same stuff, just different accents. It was people losing their tempers, and I thought to myself, and Abbury Housing, I think it was, whoever the company is, has allowed those people to move in there instead of me having a nice place. Where the good news is, I've been rejected for that place, because I bidded for one of those places down there, but I didn't have a clue that the behaviour was like this, what I just told you. Yeah, 4 bearded people from basically the new build places just had a go at me saying I'm going to smash you and breaking in your child or whatever, and just went on like that. So eventually I left. I had to photograph a couple of things because I wasn't happy about it, and obviously there's a few cars, drain covers hit, and being shot by catalytic converter, and a few animal sounds as well returning back. But I wish I never bidded on it. If I knew that at the time, I wouldn't have bidded on it. But it's rough as hell. So these new people that are being put there, being accepted by the council, seems to be real roughneck, nasty little bastards that are mistaking me as Savannah and bearded type. Right, I'm in the church, got an hour to sit here doing nothing. I mean, I'd done a reconstruction of the video of the people that came to the church door yesterday. But initially I did it in December, but I lost the recording because the laptop decided to break. So I had to try and remember the exact detail to reconstruct the video to explain what happened there. So yeah, they were a bit funny about it and saying they can't do it in here and whatever, and being a bit ridiculous, and I thought, well, fuck it. So I'm not going to redo that today, obviously. The one I did yesterday is good enough. And I'm not even going to read the Bible, because the Bible's against me. There's so much in the Bible that's against me. I did a conspiracy about that last week. Or was it the beginning of this week? I can't remember. It might be Monday. This week. Yeah, it might have been. But yeah, there's so much in the Bible that's against me, especially when it comes to the grounds of sexuality. The fact that I'm in my 40s, mid-40s nearly, and the fact that I've never had anyone in my whole life, you know, you can't really... I mean, it's not God's fault in some ways, but he hasn't exactly helped with the issue through my life, and because he hasn't done that, the Bible's now against me. I mean, they say pray to God or put your faith in God, but there's no guarantee God's safe, you know, because all these sort of hell-bent dreams or suggestions or animals speaking or lying about me or whatever, or you can't trust the Bible. There's just too much against me. And obviously, when you've not had sex in your whole life and you've got that against you, you're basically thinking to yourself, you know, God's put a knife in you and that's the end of that. So I do these Bible verses now and again, but when I do them, I'm not doing them because I'm doing them out of friendliness. I'm doing them out of spitefulness against myself, and the way it's made to make it look like God's taking the piss out of me in a nasty way, basically. But, you know, nothing I can do about it. If he falls, he falls. So as I said earlier, someone told me years ago he only needs to fall against one person. Making that big, just falling against just one person is the biggest mistake ever that God's made, especially if it's an innocent person. He's fucking dead. I'll fucking smash his head with a fucking bat, Tamara said, in that accent. Girl possessed to say, paedophile wank being shot dead. Whistles. Birds for you, I shall rape you are sick, I'm going to hell, etc. Catalytic against perverted stretch, stench, train covers it over several times. 40 text, lovely, another black this time, very wide, sick of light blue heart on a lorry. Phone and motorbike, sneezed over, motorbike timed out. Coughed over, black and blue, very white, sick, right down the street. The government going ram fucking slam nasty, fucking going fucking critical, fucking nasty, fucking absolutely fucking raging, fucking psycho. So first of all, sneezed at 6 times, doesn't matter being fucking photographed, does it 3 times and being mistaken as a rapist. Bash your fucking brains in. I've got to get a knife ready to smash the person's face and then inject the fucking person to death with weed killer. Got no choice, the fucking creator's fucking screwed up and corrupt. Then it's bike to erection, boat, bike to erection, black sexual. Fucking knife shape smashed into my fucking face down in the street with your corrupt fucking force. So walking back up the stairs into my place, hang on. So firstly we've got paedophile breaking in your flat, being stabbed. So Matty Bangs breaking in, bash your head in, fucking knife you and then inject you with HIV fucking needle. Bash you in, you fucking psychopath, shouted. And then there's banging in sequence to these threats as well. Right, someone in their flat is losing their temper saying, I've had a fucking enough of seeing him. I've had enough of fucking walking into him. I'm going to fucking knife him in the fucking heart and inject him with HIV needle. Right, just to let you know, all you people on the internet, I'm going to be changing my phone number because I've had a phone call to say that I'm going to be injected, smashed out and have my fucking head beat around like a fucking rugby ball, claiming that I'm a child rapist. So I shall update you on that number. Obviously I'm not going to change it just yet, but in the next 5 days. So just letting you all know.